Good morrow everyone, Silvershire here, and three of my favorite things in the world are fighting games, character design, and speaking authoritatively on subjects I know little about. So today, I'm going to be combining all three as we take a look at how fighting games can use character design to communicate to the player. A great fighting game character design will inform us of three things. The first, and arguably the most crucial, is gameplay. As important as it is for a character design to look good, it also serves a practical purpose. When you pick up a new game, unless you do some extensive labbing or research prior to your first match, all you know about your character and your opponent's character is what you can gather from looking at them. One of the easiest ways to indicate a character's playstyle is through body size and shape. Big, muscular fighters tend to be slow but hit like a truck, while those with a smaller frame prioritize speed over strength. In addition to overall size, proportions can be very telling. Just take a look at these two and tell me who you think is better at kicking. Games with cartoonier art styles such as Guilty Gear can push this idea to its extreme. But Tekken is the series' foremost grappler, and his hands are almost the size of his entire torso. It's obvious that this guy wants to grab you and squeeze you and call you George. But an even better way to draw the player's attention to a certain area is through costuming. After all, shapes and colors that contrast the rest of a character's design are bound to catch your eye. Steve is unique among the Tekken roster in that he only punches, so his outfit does everything it can to get you to look at his hands. His bright yellow boxing gloves stand out against his otherwise red, white, and blue palette, and they're adorned with dangerous-looking spikes. A similar technique is employed by Juri from Street Fighter and Kim from King of Fighters. Both of these characters are practitioners of Taekwondo, which is a very kick-oriented style. The designers gave them form-fitting tops with big, baggy pants that their silhouettes would be taken up mostly by their legs. For a much more specific and unusual example, Soul Calibur's Voldo has a mask on the back of his head because he excels at fighting while his back is turned. But as we all know, characters are more than functions. The second thing that a great character design will inform us of is lore. Fighting games have historically had pretty bare-bones story modes, and while that started to change in recent years, visual storytelling remains as important as ever. Fashion can easily communicate surface-level information like a character's age, nationality, or occupation by drawing upon recognizable tropes. Of course, it's best to keep this sort of thing subtle so as not to fall into boring cliches. I mean, come on, not all Americans have oversized blonde flat tops. But the best visual storytelling delves a little deeper to show us a character's backstory, motivation, and goals. This is one of many areas in which I think the Soul Calibur series shines. Nightmare has a mutated right arm because he's been corrupted by the cursed sword Soul Edge, and it becomes more grotesque with each passing game as Soul Edge's influence grows. Siegfried, who used to be Nightmare but eventually broke free from Soul Edge's control, still has a miscolored right arm and some blue stains on his armor, permanent reminders of his dark past. And it's not just for the main characters either. Setsuka is on a mission to avenge her fallen master, so she wears his robe like a cape. Mitsurugi is looking for a way to defeat firearms, so he has a gunshot scar on his chest. Lizard Man is a lizard man, so he's a lizard man. Visual storytelling is also a great way to establish connections between characters and tie the roster together. It doesn't take an encyclopedic knowledge of Mortal Kombat to guess that Katana and Melina are somehow related. And this point can overlap with gameplay, as characters who have similar designs usually have similar fighting styles too. In the Street Fighter series, basically everyone wearing a karate gi has a Hadouken, a Shoryuken, and a Tatsumaki. Most of these examples simply reinforce existing plot points, but sometimes character design alone can imply something that isn't stated anywhere else. Returning once again to Soul Calibur, there was a popular fan theory, confirmed as canon by later games, that Viola was an adult version of Amy, and this was sparked mainly by her appearance. More recently, when Ken's Street Fighter VI design got leaked, it was enough to convince 90% of the internet that his wife divorced him. Though that turned out not to be the case, it's a testament to the influence of character design. But backstory and mechanics only make up the outline of a character. The third thing that a great character design will inform us of is personality. This could easily be an entire video unto itself, so I'm going to focus on two of the simplest yet most effective ways to showcase personality. The first is color. Complex and highly saturated palettes seem outgoing and energetic, while simple and desaturated palettes feel more reserved. DNF Duel's Ranger and Hitman have pretty similar designs. Thanks to their color schemes, the former looks like a showboating Dante type, while the latter appears to be a stern, serious professional. Additionally, specific colors have a wide array of associations. Red, for example, connotes passion and aggression, and when paired with black, it's shorthand for evil, or at least edginess. The second way to showcase personality is through shape language. This refers to the overall shape of a character's silhouette and/or the shapes that are consistently used throughout a character's design. Round shapes are seen as gentle and innocent, rectangular shapes are seen as headstrong and unflinching, and triangular shapes are seen as energetic and dangerous. Tekken's Kazumi is a fun example of this. When she undergoes her devil transformation, the triangles of her kimono become way more prominent, which adds to her threatening aura. Not all characters fit squarely, see what I did there, into a single category, and combining multiple shapes can yield interesting results. Tic Tac from BlazBlue is a naive but kind-hearted cat girl who happens to also be a genetically engineered killing machine. This is reflected in her design, which mostly uses round, friendly shapes but hides deadly triangular teeth and claws. Speaking of teeth and claws, weapons are just as much a part of character design as clothing is. In fact, Soul Calibur's artists usually create the weapon first and then a character to match. The shields used by the Alexandra family combine color and shape language to great effect. Sophitia, the loving mother and pure-hearted holy warrior, has a round shield with a gentle pale blue hue. Her sister Cassandra, who's more hot-headed and boisterous, has a slightly pointier bright pink shield. And her son Patroclus, the most aggressive and morally dubious of the three, has a triangular blood red shield. Conveying information is just one small part of character design, but I think it's especially important for fighting games. In a genre so focused on competition and spectatorship, the ability to quickly and wordlessly summarize what a character is all about can be a powerful tool. So with that, I'm gonna leave this video here. If you want to hear me ramble more about the costumes and character designs of your favorite fighting games, be sure to check out my series Palette Swap. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching, I hope you enjoyed, and until next time, I bid thee farewell. Good morrow everyone, Silvershire here, and welcome back to Palette Swap, where I rank the costumes and character designs of your favorite fighting games. And by your favorite fighting games, I really do mean your favorite fighting games because I'm more of a Namco guy. Fighting game stories have a reputation for being, what's the word? Bad. And as much as I love the lore of games like Soul Calibur and Tekken, I'll admit that